Whoa, 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 whoa. What is up, whack people? Hey, thank you so much for tuning in and hope everything's amazing for you all as always. I am your honorable host, OCT, Octavius Haye. And yeah, man, WACCast podcast. I had to go ahead and put that first part out because, of course, everybody was throwing their 2 cents in about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. So I just wanted to get that out initially. But now with some time and actually seeing a lot of the narratives that have been going out, I want to elaborate a little bit more. Everything I said initially, I do support. I don't think that I'm not changing anything that I said. I just want to go into more detail and actually address some of the things that have been said, some of the beliefs, some of the arguments being made. So I was actually I've been actually very disturbed with what I'm seeing from women proud of Will Smith for slapping this black man who is a comedian for telling a mild joke. And we've been watching award shows our whole life. We know that anytime a comedian comes out, whether they're hosting or they're just there to give an award away, to announce the nominees and give the award away, they're gonna crack a couple jokes at people, and even the host there cracked a couple jokes. You know, I don't think because Chris Rock made a joke about Will and Jada in 2016 when there was a very public thing about them boycotting the Oscars. He made that joke at the Oscars. That makes sense. You know, they're at the Oscars. He's at the Oscar award show that they want to boycott their huge names and they're not coming to the biggest event for actors of the year. It makes sense for a comedian to, you know, make a comment about that. Now, if you think that he has some personal vendetta against the Smith family, and you think that the way that Will Smith went about handling it is correct, that's very disturbing for me to hear from a woman. Because now look at what's going on with Will Smith. The biggest night of his life has been tarnished. Nobody cares that he won an Oscar. Everybody's talking about he slapped Chris Rock. He could be kicked off of he could be suspended from the Oscar committee. There's talks that he might get his award taken from him. So many people are talking down on him, calling him weak. And he did all this fighting, right? He started to stand up and be a man for Jada. And when did she ever stood up for him? When people were making fun of him because they said she wanted Tupac. When people were making fun of him about this August Alsina thing. When people were calling him a beta male and a cuck. When did she ever stood up firm and put her flag in the ground for Will Smith? And so for him to go ahead and humiliate himself because she couldn't take a mild joke when all he had to do was go and step to the side and talk to Chris Rock and say, hey, Chris, I don't appreciate you talking about my wife like that. She has, alopecia, whatever. I don't know. Everybody know how to say that word. I don't know how to say that word. I think I said it right, though. You know, I'm sure Chris, like I said before, would have apologized. But instead, he felt the need to stand up and slap this man on live television. And everybody's consoling him. And we're over here debating if that's right or wrong. Assault is wrong, always and forever. That man didn't do nothing major that you couldn't go and talk to him on the side. And then if, you know, he still want to get a little attitude, then I don't know. But give that man that chance to apologize, because I don't think he knew. And I think it's best to always assume he doesn't know. And when you a man of power and means, you got to carry yourself a certain way, bro. Because look at all this. But it's really telling that Jada would be fine with him, because she came out and made a statement and she's all like, you know, I respect people who don't like you in your face, but them people act like they're your friends and stab you in the back. How did Chris Rock stab you in the back? Because he made a mild joke? Or are you talking about people who are going against Will now because he's done this thing? Because that was wrong. And they're telling him he's wrong. And there's nothing wrong with telling somebody they did wrong. That is a friend. So I don't know if you're talking about Chris Rock stabbing in the back, or if you're talking about these people, maybe some of the people who are calling you guys out for that. But it's really telling that she's in support of her husband doing this, you know, possibly ruining his career, ruining his name, his image. over something so mild that could have been talked on the side. And you got to watch out for women like this because they are dangerous. Women like this do not care about what you've built. They don't care about your brand. They don't care about the security of their own family. All they care about is bragging rights. They want to brag, not have. And that's what women like this are. They want to brag, not have. They want to be able to brag and say, "Ooh, my man defended me through whatever." But they don't want to have anything. They don't want to have their husband be home with them, because Will Smith could have been charged with assault and taken to prison. Now, I know he's got a good lawyer. He'll probably be okay with that. And he'll get out of that, maybe do some community service or something, just a slap. But the average man going ahead and defending his woman's honor because she was upset somebody made a smaller comment or something about her, and now he could be going to jail off of her. But at least, hey, he stood up for his woman. He stood up for his wife. That's This is a very dangerous rhetoric that I'm hearing from you women, and I think it's disgusting. I think that it's small-minded. You're not looking at the big picture. And yes, a man is supposed to stand up for his woman. A man is supposed to protect and defend his woman's honor. But a woman is supposed to look at what's going on and say, "Hey, baby, this is not that big of a deal. Calm down. Come on, man. Stop." A woman is supposed to protect her family too. And what I've seen from Jada is she's more concerned with herself than her family and her husband, who, by his own admission on her table talk, who did so much for her, and she dismissed everything, gave her this house with his family. He talked about this on the table talk, like, "I did so much, I gave you so much, and you didn't care about any of it." And he was losing his mind. And I feel like he's still losing his mind trying to gain her acceptance. And that she respected that more. I feel like she respected him jumping up and slapping that black man in his face more, and assaulting that man in his face for telling a mild joke, who may not have even known about her illness. And even if he did know about her illness, there's a better way as a black man, as a 50-something-year-old grown man, to handle the business. And when you are a businessman, a high elite actor, and you in there in a room full of people, and we acting like this is just some two people on the street, there's a way to handle yourself, man. And you women that are condoning this action, and you men too. I'm hearing a lot of men condoning this too. That's very disturbing. Condoning this behavior is sickening. It's sickening to see how many people are in support of Will Smith destroying his career, destroying his family's name and legacy, destroying everything he built off of a 2-second joke. When we're supposed to be mature enough to know, hey, man, handle that better. And I'm proud of everybody calling him out, because that's disgusting how black men are supposed to be monsters to prove our value, to prove our worth, to prove our love to our woman. Not smart, not strategic, but just jump up and do some ignorant stuff like that. Come on, man.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.